From Washington, this is VOA News. Greek police may have a break in the investigation of terrorist activity in Belgium. I'm Vincent Bruce reporting. Greek police say they have detained at least 4 people for questioning in connection with a foiled terrorist plot to attack Belgian police. A police source says authorities are seeking to determine if the 4 arrested on Saturday include Abdelhamid Abaaoud, the suspected mastermind of a suspected terrorist cell dismantled by Belgian police on Thursday. In Cameroon, Chadian troops arrived Saturday to help the Central African nation fight the Nigerian terrorists of Boko Haram. Moki Edwin Kindzeka reports from Yaounde.
Cameroon state radio journalist Said Abdoul Karim, who is based in the town of Kousseri on the border with Chad, told VOA in a telephone interview that thousands of Chadian soldiers came into Cameroon in a convoy of military trucks Saturday morning. Chad said last Wednesday that it would support Cameroon, whose president, Paul Biya, had appealed for a coordinated international response to Boko Haram. Moki Edwin Kindzeka, VOA News, Yaounde.
The French embassy in Niger's capital, Niamey, issued a statement on its website Saturday warning French citizens not to go out on the streets. That as demonstrators in Niamey have set fire to churches in a second day of violent protests against French magazine Charlie Hebdo's cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. 5 people were killed Friday in Niger in anti-Charlie Hebdo rioting. More on these stories at voanews.com. This is VOA News. Israel has spoken out about the International Criminal Court decision to consider the possibility that war crimes were committed against the Palestinians last year. Robert Berger has more for VOA from Jerusalem.
This decision is preposterous.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blasted the International Criminal Court in The Hague for launching a preliminary inquiry into possible war crimes during the Gaza conflict last year.
Given that Israel is legitimately defending itself against Palestinian terrorists who routinely commit multiple war crimes.
Hamas, meanwhile, welcomed the court decision, saying Israel committed horrible crimes against the Palestinian people. More than 2,100 Palestinians and 73 Israelis were killed during the 50-day conflict. Robert Berger for VOA News, Jerusalem.
Both Israel and the United States have criticized the decision by the International Criminal Court. Again, which is considering the possibility that war crimes were committed against the Palestinians last year. A truck fire has halted rail service through the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. Tunnel operator Eurotunnel said Saturday that it had suspended service due to smoke and was investigating the cause. Police say a truck fire at the French end of the tunnel was the source of the smoke. No injuries were reported. Eurostar said no trains would be running Saturday and recommended passengers postpone their travel plans and not come to train stations. Eurostar, which runs the trains that go through the passage under the English Channel, said the smoke was detected in the North Tunnel. Ukraine rushed fresh troops and supplies Saturday to the devastated remains of a key airport near the Russian border as explosions and heavy rebel gunfire shook the area and hopes for peace talks continued to fade. Troops described the shelling by pro-Russian separatists at Donetsk airport as some of the worst of the 9-month rebellion, with the French news agency reporting as many as 6 new fatalities. Meanwhile, a new round of peace talks that Kiev had hoped might take place between Ukraine's government and Russian-backed rebels failed to materialize. Pope Francis was forced to flee a tropical storm in the Philippines Saturday, cutting short his visit with survivors of the deadly November 2013 super typhoon Haiyan. Bad weather led the Pope and his aides to fly back to the Philippine capital, Manila, hours earlier than expected. He is scheduled to wrap up his 4-day visit to the island nation Sunday with a huge open-air mass expected to draw some 6 million people. More on all of these stories at our website, voanews.com. I'm Vincent Bruce in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.